wondering, could you have a discount?
But the price of that jacket's very reasonable.
I know, but it's not a perfect fit.
And it won't be a perfect fit, even if I knock it down to nothing.
I could tell her. Brenda, do we have that jacket in bigger size?
What kind of shop are we?
I know this one. We're a charity shop. Oh, we don't have it in a bigger size, do we?
I don't know what this world has come into. I don't really.
Oh, why? What's happened?
I've just heard on the local radio some man has exposed himself in the cancer research shop.
Oh, they should be so lucky.
I were in there earlier. I might have seen him.
Well, you might be so lucky.
Did you?
I don't know. I only went in to buy a scarf. You know, that silk one they've had at Windsor all week. Well, they'd been reduced, so I popped in and bought it. Anyway, while I were there, I thought I'd compare their prices to ours. Well, the menswear's a lot more expensive than ours, but rest of stuff, it's not too bad, you know.
Was he there?
Oh, let me think. There were a woman with a pram, there were a woman on her own, and there were a man. Oh, Denny, there were a man. What if he saw me? He might track me down.
Well, it might not have been the same man.
It must have been you were the only man in there. Oh, I could give a description. Do you think I should give police a description?
I think they probably already got a description.
Cancer research. Just think, it could have been us. Did you say anything else on radio?
They just said a man went into the shop at 1 o'clock and exposed himself.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I was in there at 11. I must have missed it.
Well, better luck next time.
And it said the public had to be vigilant. Yeah.
Just think, Brenda. We could have been accosted by a desperado. It could have come in here and seen there were us three poor defenceless women.
You speak for yourself.
It could have done anything. I could have been radished. It could have picked me up in his big strong arms and carried me kicking and punching and kicking and punching and made me give more money from till.
Until?
Well, it stands to reason, doesn't it? Doing something like that, it'd be up to no good. No, it'd take me out and make me open the till and give him all the money.
Well, it wouldn't have been his lucky day then, would it? You can't open that till at the best of times, let alone when you're being ravished.
It's stiff.
There's a knack to it, you know.
All right. It's amazing what you can do, isn't it, when your life's in danger? I would have been at his mercy. He would have been pulling me towards him, his heart pounding against mine, thrusting me back again. Not to worry. I'll pick them up.
Do you have something like this in a bigger size?
Well, they come up to madam.
Like this?
Oh, I don't think so, madam. We don't get many items donated by that designer. Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, how much is this? £5 for that? You do know it's got a hole in it. I'll give you 4.
Oh, I'm not allowed to give discount now. I'm only a volunteer. I'll get the manager. Brenda. There's a lady wants discount on
a skirt. Is it not to Madam's taste?
Well, possibly, yes, if I could get some discount. It's got a hole in it, you see, there on the waistband.
That's not a hole, that's a biro mark. Somebody's obviously caught it with the wrong end of the pen. It'll wash out, I've got no doubt.
So you won't reduce the price then?
Alas, madam, I'm not permitted to do that.
Oh, forget it. I think I fancy something in navy instead.
Try a battleship.
How's your husband enjoying his retirement? Oh, fine, yes. You see, he's doing all the things now he never had time to do before. Hey, we go around the world, you know.
Very good. I often see him in the library, you know, looking up different places. He does like to do his research, doesn't he?
It wouldn't be my Robert if he didn't. He always says if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Hey, and it pays off. We always have a marvellous time. Get that flavour, you know, of the place.
So where's he taking you tonight?
Italy.
Italy? You're going to Italy?
No, it's bad manners listening in to other people's conversations.
I'm not listening in, I just heard, that's all.
Right, there's a poor lady to death.
Yeah, what are you doing hiding behind there?
I wasn't hiding.
£10.80. Oh, keep your money. Brenda, can I borrow you? It's this till, I can't make it work.
I've told you before, there is a knack to it. This till requires to be treated like you would treat a lover.
Excuse me. Is this the way you always do business? I'm waiting.
I'm coming, madam.
You go in that library a lot, don't you? You know they're thinking of closing it.
I know, crying shame if you ask me. Why can't the council make some savings on something that people don't actually want?
We've got a petition. Oh, do you want to sign it?
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant. Right, see you later.
Oh, isn't this pretty? I love everything from Italy, me. I was going to go, you know, when I was younger. For my big dream, travel around and see it all. I got my ticket and everything, but then I had to cancel. Why? Mother said it was a bad idea. Said I might catch some dreadful typical disease.
You can have vaccinations for them.
Do you know that's what I told her? But she got in such a state and one of her turns. Well, I couldn't go and leave her then, could I? No, I always said I might get the chance one day. Do you know, I might buy this and wear it round the house and pretend. Oh, when the moonlit your big piece of pie, that's small.
You could go now.
Oh, I'm too old for all that. I'm not like you and Robert going to Italy. When are you going anyway?
Not like it seems. Tonight.
Tonight? You're going tonight?
Not what you think. It's just what you think.
I hope they don't think they're leaving me on my own tomorrow. You know what I get like when I'm on my own. I just can't cope with it all.
I shall be here. Don't worry. I shall be here tomorrow.
You're only going for a night? It's a long way to go for a night, isn't it?
Look, I'm trying to tell you. When Robert retired, he wanted to go on a cruise, right? But I'm working here, so we couldn't get time. So what we do, we have these evenings.
Evenings?
What he does, one day a week while I'm here, he does our house up like another country. And then he cooks a meal from that country. And we pretend we've gone there.
Oh, how romantic. to be vigilant. Well, why would we have to be vigilant?
In case he does it again, I expect.
Well, you wouldn't have to be vigilant, would you? I mean, if he did something like that, he'd want people to see him, wouldn't he? He wouldn't do anything like that if he didn't want people to see him. In fact, he'd go out of his way to make sure that people did see him. Wonder how they go about it.
What?
Flashes. I wonder how they do it without people realising what they're going to do. I mean, I know they wear them raincoat and things, but they only come down to a man's knees, don't they? So you'd see it bottom half of a man's legs, and you'd be able to see they haven't got any trousers on, so you'd know what he were going to do. And if he unbuttoned his trousers, they'd fall down round his ankles. So again, you'd see his legs and know what they were going to do. So how do they go about doing it without people realising what they're going to do?
Oh, I've never thought about it before.
Perhaps they have special trouser things, you know, a bit like stockings.
Mine's husband's trousers always come complete. I used to get them at Greenham's when he worked there. I buy them here now. Saves me a fortune.
We've never had a pair in here, have we?
I've got reels of them.
Not trousers, legs for flashes. We've never had a pair of them donated, have we?
I've never seen any.
Because let's face it, Denny, if we had some of them in, they'd be up to no good, wouldn't they? So we'd have to report them.
I wouldn't have thought there was a lot of call for them.
So we'd have to ring the police, because then they'd want some in, they'd be suspicious. And then they'd arrest them. And then we'd have to go to court. Oh, Denny, we're going to have to go to court. Why? We're witnesses. We have to identify him on one of them parade things. Don't worry, don't worry.
My Robert wouldn't like me doing that.
Don't worry, Denny, don't worry. I've seen this on police interceptors. It's all synonymous. You stand there behind a magic mirror so that they can't see you. But, oh, Denny, then afterwards when we go to court, they'll see us there, won't we? Oh, we're not safe, we're not safe. We're going to have to get some protection. Oh, do you think they'll give us protection, Denny? Head office, we're going to have to speak to them. They can't expect us to work here and help them out if we haven't got any protection. Oh, I know what they do to them stool pigeons. I'm not ending up in no concrete trench coat.
It's an overcoat. A concrete overcoat. Not a trench coat.
Is that what they said? I tell you, we're not safe. We're just not safe. Oh, protection, Denny. They're going to have to give us some protection. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh.
Oh, are you alright?
Don't do that.
Sorry, I needed some help and you're so good.
Well, what is it you're doing now?
It's a new play. It's called Friends, Romans, Countrymen.
Well, that's not a new play, is it? It's Shakespeare.
The original quote, yes, but now it's the title of the play, and I'm needing Roman togas.
Let's have a look, shall we?
And that will be £23, please, madam.
£23? For that little lot? Can we not negotiate?
Alas, madam, I'm not permitted to do that. But if one is feeling financially embarrassed, I mean, I can always put something on one side until your next paycheck arrives.
I beg your pardon. I can afford it, you know.
And while madam's here, perhaps you'd like to sign our petition to keep the local library open.
Oh. No, I don't sign petitions. And anyway, why should I care about your silly little library? I don't even live in this town.
Oh, so madam's visiting then. You travel far?
About 15 miles, I live in Wakefield. And as it happens, we have a splendid library.
Have a nice day. I'm going to be sorry, I know I am. Why is Prue wrapped up in a sheet?
She's helping a customer.
Of course she is.
That's exactly what I want. How many have you got? I'll take them all.
Come on, I'll bet you a bag.
We're closed. We're closed. But if you'd like to come on, please. Oh, Claire. Am I in trouble?
Should you be?
When my area manager pays me an unannounced visit after hours, I don't have to wonder why.
It's nothing sinister. We're doing the rounds. Whistle-stop tour of all the shops in my area, and I haven't seen you in ages.
I know, but you're such a busy lady.
Not so busy I can't see my friends. We'll have to organise another one of our girls' days out. We could have a boat trip on the river or something. Tonight I am actually here on business. There have been some changes within the organisation. Bit of a turnout at the top, so to speak.
I had heard.
What had you heard?
Boardroom takeover.
I'd hardly call it that. There was a vote, a new committee was appointed, sort of thing that happens all the time.
The old committee had been running the place for nearly 30 years, Bren. It was time for a change. And now we have a wonderful new CEO. He's a real dynamic go-getter. An ideas man, but a man of action too. May I introduce your new boss, Mr. Turk?
Please call me John. I hate all that hierarchy nonsense. We are all, in our own ways, working towards the same goal, which is whatever is best for the organisation. That makes us colleagues. Pure and simple.
John's going to drag us out of the dark ages at long last.
So is that what you do then? Time travel?
Time travel. I like it. Great slogan. Mind if I use it? But to answer your question, it's what we all do. We are all vital cogs in the machine that is the organisation.
We're very lucky to have someone like John, you know. Someone with his managerial experience. He was headhunted from Greenham's department store.
I thought Mr. Greenham himself was the managing director at Greenham.
Yes, I took a promotion when I moved here.
Well, what department were you in?
I was in figures.
Well, we have a lady that husband used to work there. He was the head accountant. Perhaps you'll know him.
It's a big company, hundreds of employees. No one could possibly know all of them. Did you say head accountant?
Yes.
Perhaps I might have to catch up with him sometime.
John believes in a hands-on approach. He's visiting every single one of our stores, getting to know all the managers and identifying any problems.
We don't have any problems.
It can take fresh eyes to notice these things.
No, we don't change the layout of the store. One of my volunteers is almost blind, and if we move things around, she's likely to have an accident.
An elderly lady, is she?
Mature, but I don't...
The average age of your volunteers would be what?
I didn't ask.
It would be fair to say they're all of pensionable age.
It's marvellous the way these ladies give up their time and energy to help us out at a point in their lives when most people are taking it easy.
But is it right for us to take advantage of them? Should we impose upon them so much?
Nobody imposes.
John's right. These people have commitments outside of the charity, but they find it hard to say no to us when we ask for their help, and that can be dangerous. For instance, one of your ladies, Prue, I'm sure she'd jump at the chance of more time to herself. She looks after her disabled mother, doesn't she? That must be so demanding. She must be worn out before she gets here. And then we put her through her paces, ask her to work longer and...
Prue's mother died 4 months ago.
Oh.
Brenda, may I call you Brenda? Brenda, I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say our first priority must be to the charity we represent. We have a duty to maximise our potential, enhance our profitability and improve the assets at our disposal. Responsible employers must ensure the well-being of their staff.
But they're not staff. They're volunteers.
They do not receive a salary, that is true. But for the purpose of this conversation, I think we can refer to them as staff. As CEO, I have a responsibility to ensure staff welfare and suitability in all areas of the organisation. Sometimes that involves painful decisions and difficult communications. The founders of the organisation were people who had a vision, a mission, if you will, to provide a service to those in need. For the last 30 years they have done so, but the world is not what it was 30 years ago.
It most certainly isn't.
These days, in order to survive in the ever-expanding global village, charities must compete in the marketplace. We have to be more than a good cause. We have to be a business.
Well said.
And if we are to be successful as a business, then we must act like a business. I'm afraid the lackadaisical attitude that's been permitted to flow throughout this organisation cannot possibly continue. It is my job to put an end to it.
We do our best.
And quite apart from our business colleagues, I'm sure you'll also agree we have a duty to our clients, the people who have need of the services for which we are raising the money. We owe it to them to make these shops as profitable as we can.
And we do our best.
And you do it very well, Brenda. Yours is one of the most profitable shops, one of the top 3 in Clare's area, but even the best can always be better.
Well, if people like what they see, then they buy, and if not, they don't. And there's nothing I or anybody else can do about that.
Well,
John has researched consumer preferences, Brenda. He knows about these things. It took some blue sky thinking and pushing at the envelope to finally get everyone to sing from the same song sheet. But now we have fine-tuned our mission statement and mapped our course through the economic quagmire. Our target group has specific desires which we must completely fulfil if we are to build a loyalty to our brand and encourage consumer spending that will last throughout a lifetime of purchasing. We cannot ignore the demographics and expect to remain a potent force on the high street. In the world of retail, the consumer is king, and we forget that at our peril.
What are you going on about?
what is your clientele?
What?
The people who shop here, on average, what are they? Are they old, young, single, professional?
We get all sorts.
If you want to increase your profits, you must appeal to the consumer who has got the most money to spend. It is my belief that young people with no ties are far more likely to have a disposable income than any other group within society. They would make a very valuable addition to the customer base.
And they do. You should see it here with all the students on Freshers Week. We make an absolute fortune.
Oh, students are no good. Students are poor, cash-strapped. No, they have no great use at all. No. I mean, finties.
What?
Finties. Full-time income, no ties. That's where the money is.
John's right, Brenda.
But we can't expect those people to walk in here just because we wish it. We have to encourage them. We have to give them what they want. We have to make the shops attractive to them. Chic.
Chic.
Subdued lighting. Art Nouveau decorations. Soft rock music.
Yes, but I don't think the regular clientele would like that. And besides which, what's the point in bringing new customers in if you push away the old? You're no better off.
Which brings me to my next point. Customers have to want to shop here. They have to want to walk through the door. That involves making this a place they would like to shop. So, we have to ask ourselves, where would they like to shop?
Indeed, we do.
They would like to shop at a place they feel comfortable, at home, where the assistants are on their wavelength, if you will, a place they identify with. And one of the ways they will identify themselves with a shop is if the staff are very much the same age as they are.
What?
The thing is, Brenda, elderly ladies bringing elderly customers with meagre pensions, that is not our target clientele.
Are you saying that my volunteers are too old?
I worry about them, Brenda. I really do, about the amount of activity we expect of them. There is a reason people are given a pension at a certain age. It's unreasonable to expect them to work on any later in life.
But they want to work. That's why they volunteer.
I appreciate that, Brenda, I really do. But I would ask you to see it from the other perspective. One of the worst things about being in charge is that you must make unpopular decisions. You've got to be willing to say and do things people may dislike, but it cannot be helped, and it does not do to balk at the responsibility. Being able to do these things is, after all, one of the reasons they pay me so well. It may be the best thing for them, Brenda. People are often ready to give in long before they're ready to admit it.
But they're not ready.
Are you sure, Brenda? Can you honestly say at the end of the day they're not tired out? That lady you mentioned, the one who is almost blind, she may feel she stands in the way of your progress. She may be relieved to go.
She's not the one that's getting in my way.
You're used to her. Perhaps you don't notice as her difficulties grow.
Difficulties? Well, she doesn't have any difficulties.
Brenda, be reasonable. We've looked at all possible alternatives, but our first duty must be to the charity we represent. We have a duty to maximise our profits and improve the assets at our disposal.
Your boss already said that.
When something is going to be painful, it's best to get it over with quickly, which is why I must ask you to speak to your volunteers at your earliest convenience.
Me? I thought you were the one that was paid not to balk at painful responsibilities.
You work closely with these people. You know them. It will sound so much better coming from you.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. You're my friends, and you're now officially on the scrap heap.
Brenda, you're not being fair. We're thinking of them and doing what's best for them. Which comes across best? You choosing your moment and your words carefully, or John, a complete stranger coming in cold? You can soften the blow so much better than we can.
We're just changing the shops in small ways to begin with. We want to upgrade the premises, bringing new volunteers.
And that's small ways.
We haven't as yet had any thoughts about our paid staff. We realise that many are widows on meagre incomes, people who need every penny they can get. Like yourself, I believe. It's important to the organisation that all our staff are team players. We cannot afford any mavericks.
Oh, is that the time? We better be going. If you want me to give you a lift home to Wakefield, we need to go now or we'll be stuck in the rush. I'll call you. We must do that girls' day out soon.
Yes. Let's. If you want me to take you back to Wakefield, take him to Wakefield. They're welcome to him.
Dancing Queen. I had a funny dream last night. There was a man in my room.
What did he do?
He was doing washing up. And on top of all that, I got a phone call off my brother.
I didn't know you had a brother.
Oh yeah, lives in Australia. Went there 30 years ago. Got a mother from my mum and dad and went off to make his fortune. Then he met a girl, got married. Now at last we've heard of him. I wrote to him 6 months ago. Funny he should contact me now. Ain't that a coincidence?
Perhaps he phoned because he got your letter.
Do you know, I thought that. But it was over 6 months ago till I contacted him. It's a long time to wait, isn't it?
What made you write then after all this time?
Oh, mother. She knew she was near the end and wanted to see him.
He didn't come.
Didn't get the letter in time. My fault. I sent it to the wrong address. Well, I didn't know that he'd moved, did I? I just sent it to address that I've got in my phone book.
Why didn't he give you his new address?
Well, he must have done, wouldn't he? I'm his sister. He's not going to move without telling me, is he? No. He phoned to see if we were all right. Isn't that nice? After all this time, you were concerned about me.
What did he say then?
Well, he asked if I were all right, and I said yes. Did I live in mother's house? I said yes. Did I own it? I said yes. And then he said if I sold up, moved out over there, and invested in his business, he'd make me a full business partner. Can you imagine me, a full business partner?
Hey, you want to be careful with these business deals. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be very risky.
Oh, my sister is not going to do anything dodgy, is he?
I don't say he would, but you know. Could I help you, sir?
Yeah, I brought this last Friday. Can I return it and get a refund?
Oh dear, what's the matter with it?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not me. I've got the receipt.
Well, doesn't it fit you? It looks right size to me.
Yeah, it fits me, but the colour's all wrong. It's just not me. I've got the receipt. If I could have that refund.
I'm afraid we are not authorised to give refunds. Only the manager can give refunds.
Well,
It messes up the till total at the end of the day, you see.
well, if I could swap it for something else, then.
Is there something you prefer?
I don't know with this if I could, if I could swap it for that.
Right.
You want my receipt?
Down again.
Think nothing of it, sir. I like nothing better than getting down on my hands and knees and picking these beads up. Brenda. Brenda? Denny, remind me to ask Brenda to move these beads. This is the third time this week that I've had to pick these up.
You, Brenda. I've got a report to Brenda.
I'll get her.
Can I help you?
It's dead in here, innit? I'm going to die of boredom here.
Bye-bye.
What do you mean? I've come to work.
Not with that attitude, you haven't.
Well, my probation officer says you want to give me a job.
I don't care what your probation officer said. Shall we start again? Take it you're Leanne. 60 hours community service. Look, there's a couple of rules. Rule 1, I am in charge and you do as I say. Rule number 2, as far as anybody else is concerned, you're just another volunteer. Is that clear? And just so you know, I didn't ask for you. I've got better things to be doing than nursemaid in young tearaways. So don't give me a reason to get rid of you. Come on, I'll give you the guided tour.
Denny, Denny, psst.
What's the matter?
Did you see that girl?
Yeah, well, she seemed a nice enough young lady. It'll be good to have some young blood in here.
Denny, blood's what we're dead. She's a criminal.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
I heard they said a probation officer sent her. I tell you, they've sent us a wronging.
She can't have done anything too bad.
How do you know? I mean, she could have done anything, couldn't she? Like an armed robbery in a bank or something like Bonnie and Clyde.
Don't be silly. She can't have robbed anybody. I mean, they wouldn't have her here if she was a thief.
Something worse then.
Like what?
I don't know.
I mean, if it was anything too bad, she'd be in prison. She wouldn't be on probation.
Unless there's a reason she can't go to prison.
What reason?
Do you know what I reckon? I reckon she's on one of them witness protection programs. She was skiving off school and she had to duck down a back alley to hide from a truancy officer. And it was while she was there, it happened.
What?
The murder.
Murder?
The one she witnessed. The one she's got to give testament about. And until then, she's in hiding.
I didn't know. When was there a murder? I never knew what a
It
murder.
was about a year ago, it was in all papers.
Oh, no, that's a murder.
No papers.
I didn't see that.
Ladies, let me introduce you. This is Leanne. She's going to be working with us for a little while.
Pleased to meet you, dear. I'm Denny.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. We're just one of the girls in here.
Why don't you go and start by making the tea? Who told you a secret?
Oh, it was in all papers. I've just been telling Denny.
Well, it's against company policy. It doesn't help with the rehabilitation if all the world and his wife knows.
My lips are sealed.
No, they're not. You've already told Denny.
I shan't say a word.
But it count on me. It's good of I know, isn't it? To give her a job here while they've had the trial.
They've already had the trial.
What? And she's still in hiding? Oh, she's a braver man than I am, Gungoody.
I'm not even going to ask.
Why did they send her to us, though? I mean, we don't need any help, do we? We're not exactly rushed off her feet.
It'll be nice to have somebody younger working around here, wouldn't it?
I like young people. Heaps so full of life. Ooh, it makes me feel a lot younger being with them.
Yeah. And you know what? None of us is getting any younger, and this workplace, any workplace really, it can tire out.
I'll sleep a lot better when I've been working here.
Oh, Prue, you must take care of your health. We can't be going on exhausting you.
I'm not exhausted, I'm just a bit...
Yeah, but if you're too tired, I mean, then you won't be able to do all the other things in your life, would you? And I'd hate to think that we were tiring out and you couldn't do all those other things, all the other activities.
I don't do any other activities.
You know, we impose on you so much. I mean, if you worked here less, then you'd have time to do more of the other activities, the other things in your life.
You know, I've never done any activities. I wanted to go tap dancing once. Oh, I used to love watching all them old films with Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. And there was a tap dancing school upstairs at Court Friday nights.
So why didn't you join?
Oh, I got my registration form and everything, but then I couldn't go. Mother said it was too unladylike.
Unladylike?
Prudence, she said. She always called me Prudence, never Prue. Prudence, she said. What will those neighbours think? My daughter, a common garden girl. Oh, I will never be able to walk those streets again. Oh.
You could go now.
Oh, I'm too old. Plus, shop shut down anyway.
I don't mean tap dancing. Ballroom dancing. Robert and I go ballroom dancing. Oh, it keeps you right fit.
Oh, don't you need a partner for that? I ain't got a partner for that.
Yeah, but those other things, I mean, what do you do with your days? I mean, when you're not here.
Well, I get up and have my breakfast, little tidy round, and if it's nice, I'll go for a walk. Then when I come back, I tidy out a cupboard or a drawer.
Every day?
Oh, you know, when Mother were here, she insisted on doing it once a month. But now with her not around, I get through them all in a fortnight.
Can't be anything left to clear out.
Well, it's amazing how it builds up.
Well, but I suppose that makes it easier, you know, when you move house.
I've never moved house.
In how long?
Ever. I live in the house I was born in.
You've lived there all your life, and you've had the same routine every day.
Yeah. Breakfast, tidy, walk, clear out. Then in the afternoon, have my tea, have a bath, read a book, and then I go to bed. It's different when I come here though. You know, I get up and have my breakfast same, and then I get up bus. I love being up bus. All them school kids, so full of fun. It's not the same though at summer holidays, is it? No. And then after work, I pop to that cafe right corner. And I have one of them flappy artos and a slice of cake.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I'm nearly blind, but there's some things you don't need eyes to see.
No, I'm fine. I'm really fine.
You feel sorry for Prue. Don't. She's all right. She's happy. 3 days a week here. That's all she needs.
But there must be something else she could do. Something if she wasn't here.
Well, I suppose. What do you mean? Oh, my cousin's neighbour works at the Wakefield store. Oh, well, did work at the Wakefield store. She said they got rid of all their older volunteers last week. I said to my cousin, you take that with a pinch of salt. I says they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it at Wakefield. They wouldn't do it here. Not to loyal volunteers. Like Brenda, it's all she's got. You can't take it away from her. You can't take it away from me either. This place saved my marriage.
I thought you had a good marriage.
I do. I mean, we've been together over 40 years and we still love each other just the same as we did. And we like spending time together. But that's because we don't spend every waking hour together already, see?
I don't understand.
Robert's always worked and I've stayed at home. And I used to think, oh, it'd be lovely when we could be together, you know, all the time. But you see, when he retired, oh, he got under my feet. He couldn't understand why he had nothing to do and I'd still a full life, see? Oh, and he tried to help me by trying to work out how to knock 15 seconds off me ovary. Do you know, I could have swung for him. Come in here, just put that bit of magic back, you see. Now you're talking about taking it away from me.
No, I'm not doing it. And that new CEO can whinge all he likes. You're my team and we're sticking together.
Well, I don't think that new young lady that started would be right pleased if she's to finish.
She's got to stay, more's the pity. If there's anybody I'd like to get rid of, it's her.
She'll be all right. In fact, I think she could be an asset.
I do hope so.
Oh, hello. Are you still looking at things for your play?
Oh yes, we need costumes for some slave girls.
And they need to be able to dance as well.
Oh, right. Oh.
You in charge? I need to speak to whoever's in charge.
Could I help you?
Oh yes, I'm bulk buying. What kind of discount will that get me?
And there are only 4 items here, Denny.
That's what I said. 4 at one time. Bulk buying.
4's not bulk. People buy as many as 10 at a time in here.
That's right. And we don't give discount. You see, we're a charity, so it wouldn't be right.
Well, that's all very, very nice. But being a charity does not give you the right to overcharge for
Tut, madam.
These are designer labels. And they're as good as new. Our manager won't let us sell out unless it's as good as new.
So you want the full price? Won't even consider dropping. Well, you know, I don't think they're worth me having. What are you doing?
Putting them back. You
might not want to buy them, but someone else will. Last time we had these out at these prices, they were fighting over them. They were gone in half a day.
I'll take them.
Thank you, Mrs. Rolls Royce Ford.
Do you know her?
No,
How do you know her name?
I give all the regulars nicknames. That one over there with Prue, that's Ethel Barrymore. And a friend, that's Mrs. Tap Chap, because that's all she really comes in for.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see. But that other woman you gave that fancy name to, what was it?
Mrs. Rolls Royce Ford. Wants a Rolls Royce, but at Ford prices. She can go away from Wakefield to shop here.
Well, that's a long way. What got a shop there?
Well, she won't go in that shop.
Why, what's wrong with it?
Somebody might recognise the outfit she's wearing.
You're a very cynical lady for one so young.
And you're very naive for one so
Don't say it.
experienced. Where's this from?
Oh, it's that Mrs. Rolls Royce. That, tell me, I don't think you were. I've given up with it.
Stop, stupid thing.
What's this? A sale? I can't make that till work.
It's broken.
No, it's not. I've told you before. This till requires to be treated like you would treat your lover.
Oh, you wouldn't want me to do that, you wouldn't have a till left. Where's this from?
Oh, head office. That's the latest way of spending all the money that we raise. We're supposed to encourage the customers to take one.
Well, because it tells them about the organisation.
We've never had any trouble telling them about the organisation before, and on a much smaller budget. Corporate magazine. I tell you, we work our fingers to the bone, raising the cash, and they go and spend it all on a corporate magazine.
Well, it certainly looks very corporate.
Ooh, light's bad in here. I'll take it home and read it later.
Hey, there's an article about our new boss here. Is that him? Hey, he's not bad looking for an old man.
What do you mean? Old?
Well, he's not young. It says here he's 40.
Oh, that's not old. My youngest son's only 40.
So's my brother.
Oh, it's twice my age. Hey, doesn't know what he says. Set design in the theatre, moved into administration, helped out things. Hey, Denny, says he worked at Greenham's. Isn't that where your husband worked?
All his working life.
Perhaps he knows Mr. Turk.
Ask him. Yeah, remind me to take one of these magazines home. Cup of tea? I'll make it.
And you can pick up all those clothes and have a tidy round in the shop. However did it get like this?
That or Mrs. Rolls Royce. Doesn't matter. I'll tidy it up.
Hello, yeah.
Brenda, please.
Do you think she saw us?
Oh, I don't care if she did.
We have to work with these people, Claire, and private lives should really be private lives, kept away from work.
Which they would be if you would just accept my offer. My place is plenty big enough for two. And how much room do we actually need?
I wish we could, my little love bucket, but I can't leave my home in Wakefield. My poor elderly mother needs me so.
You're such a wonderful person.
Brenda, you're looking lovely as ever. So, all's well. How's your new volunteer doing? It's been what? 3 weeks. Has she settled in?
She's fine, better than I thought she'd be.
Good, good. We must give these people a chance, mustn't we? There, but for the grace of God. knows each and every one of us. What do you think to the magazine? Good, isn't it? It will keep people in touch with everything that's happening in the organisation. You'll see the first article introduces me. People like to know who they're dealing with.
It's a good photo. It's quite flattering.
These things matter. In business today, image is 90% of what makes you successful. And the other half of it is performance. We have to work, sell. It's never ending. It's a cutthroat world these days.
I think that's where those charity shops are an advantage, you see. We have a lot of goodwill coming our way.
That only goes so far. Donor fatigue sets in. Sentiment is not enough. Talking of which, I wondered how you got on with speaking to your volunteers, I mean.
I didn't. I didn't see a need to.
Brenda, we've been through this.
No, you've been through this. You and your boss. But now I'm going to tell you something. This is my shop and they're my volunteers. And they're all willing, helpful. Yes, but they're as energetic as she is.
People her age will bring younger customers in, Brenda. They spend money. Pensioners don't have it to part with.
And that's why they shop here.
I hate to pull rank here, Brenda, but I am CEO. I am in charge.
Yes, but in my shop
I do know what makes a good business, you know. I know what needs doing. My ideas will make success a guarantee. Why is it no one ever wants to listen to me? You've got till the end of next week to tell the ladies gently. If you haven't done it by then, I'll have no choice but to come and do it myself. Make sure you give those magazines out.
jumped up little Hitler. Who does he think he is?
Oh dear. Oh my. Oh dear.
Oh, what's the matter with you?
I'm gonna be made repugnant.
You what?
You don't want me anymore. I'm too old.
No, you're not. Nowhere near.
Yes, I am. Mr. Turk said.
Oh, what does he know? He's not exactly young himself.
Yes, he is.
40? I read it in that magazine.
And I'm old enough to be his mother.
My grandma's older than my mum and dad. Inside, I mean, where it matters.
You know, I was scared of you when you first came. I thought you were going to be a bit of a...
What? A thug? Maybe I am.
No, a thug wouldn't give him my hanky. Do you know, I should really like you, but I do.
Why not? No law against it.
Because the only reason you're here is so they can get rid of me.
The only reason I'm here is because Mr. Turk owed someone a favour. Court said I had to do 60 hours community service and he got the short straw.
What did you do? Not supposed to ask, am I? I've seen it on 24 hours in police custody. Never asked the convict what they did. But I'm dying to know.
Shot my old maths teacher.
You did what?
Right between the eyes.
Why?
He failed me. I worked hard on that test and he marked me down.
So you shot him?
School weren't happy. They had to get another teacher. Leon Merriweather, how are we going to persuade teachers to come and work here when you're using them as target practice?
What did it feel like to shoot somebody?
Squelcher.
Oh. Hang on a minute. shot somebody, you'd be in prison.
Normally, but I said sorry and they took the test into account.
I believed you. Oh, maybe I am getting too old after all.
Maybe I'm too young. Funny, innit? I spend all my time trying to make people think I'm older. And here you are, wishing you were younger. Hey, what if you were younger?
Oh, I wish.
Now let's do it then. Let's knock 20 years off you. Ow! Bit of hair dye, bit of makeup.
Oh, Mother didn't do hair dye and makeup.
Ooh, neither did mine. When I came home with my hair this colour, she nearly dropped dead at shock. You look like the wreck of the Hesperus. You're not coming out in here like that.
And you did it anyway?
Yeah? Did you do everything your mother said?
Well, yes.
This time you stopped. Live a little, have a bit of rebellion.
I could, couldn't I?
By the time I finish with you, your own mother won't recognise you. Hey, come round to mine tonight. I'll get some hair dye. I'll sort some makeup out. You might have to work on your dress sense a little bit though.
To what?
Look around the crew. If we start trying something here to make you look $1 million, then we've already failed. Come on, let's have a look.
I brought this last week, and when I got home, it just not me. Can I exchange?
Has it got its price tag on?
No, that young lady of yours with the funny hair, she took it off.
You haven't worn it then?
What sort of person do you think I am? Of course I've not worn it. I just want to swap it for this one.
Choice, sir.
Thank you.
We'll choose this one. Oh, we've got two items here, sir. Would you mind? Which do you want?
It's all part of the same thing.
We'll have to charge you extra for them.
It's the same price.
£5.
It's the same price as that.
Excuse me, madam. We're not allowed to let people go through the clothes until they've been sorted and put on the rails.
Well, do you mind? I was looking through these.
You know, my only consideration was to the other customers.
Well, you know, a sale is a sale. You make an exception. Look, I won't tell anyone. A sale is a sale, as I say. You might sell them quickly, so why worry about anybody else having a chance to have a look at these things?
My only consideration was the other customers, that's all. Far be it for me to worry about the health of my customers who've handled these things before.
Health of your customers? What do you mean, health of your customers?
But I wouldn't want anybody getting ill, would I?
Getting ill?
Yes.
Why would they get ill?
It's bad for business. Well, they won't get ill as long as we follow the correct processes. You see, everything is taken out the back where it's processed. It's fumigated and disinfected. You know, it kills all the germs and the viruses. Well, you've got to really, haven't you? I mean, you don't know where these clothes were last worn. All by who?
Oh, well, in that case, perhaps I'd better come back later then, when they've been treated.
Can I ask you something? A favour?
About what?
Will you speak to Prue?
About what?
Australia.
What do I know about Australia?
You know she doesn't want to go. She thinks she does, but she'll regret it when she gets there.
Australia? Well, a few weeks' holiday might do her good. And you know, she might as well get some travelling in now, you know, before it's too late.
Brenda, she's not going on holiday. She's talking about selling up and going to live there.
That's just ridiculous. Why would she want to do that?
I'll tell you about it later. Good morning, can I help you?
It's all right, Denny. It's me.
I'll go put kettle on.
On the lottery, have we?
Never bought a ticket. Brenda, I've got something to tell you.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to tell anyone yet, but if I don't tell someone, I'm going to burst. And I know you won't tell a soul. Guess what? You'll never guess, so I'll just have to tell you. I am in love.
Congratulations.
I never thought it would ever happen to me again, but oh, he's wonderful. Everything a woman could want in a man.
You don't think it's a bit soon?
How long does it take? It only takes a minute, girl, to fall in love, to fall in love. It only takes a moment to be loved your whole life long.
You just don't think it's all a bit too quick?
We're not being silly. We're taking it slowly. I'm not going to start acting like a giddy schoolgirl.
Silly.
Trust me, Bren, I know what I'm doing. We're just taking it one step at a time.
Good for you.
We're going away for the weekend. Just him and me.
Oh, well, I'll get to meet him then.
You already know him. It's John Turk.
Claire, are you sure you know what you're doing?
There's nothing wrong with it. We're both free agents and we're both over 21.
So, what's with all this secrecy?
Well, he has to be careful. He has enemies.
Oh, you surprised me.
Backstabbers on the board. They don't like him or his ideas. It's jealousy, of course. They'll be laughing on the other side of their faces when he trebles our takings, which he will do, you mark my words. After all, he's the one with the experience from Greenham's.
Yeah? I forgot to take one of them magazines home. I was going to show Robert that article about our new boss. Oh, Robert was chief accountant at Greenham's for years. I thought you might have known him.
Yeah. Oh, he's bound to. John worked with figures, and it's quite a close-knit community.
Nice to see you, Claire.
Have you come on business?
Yes. Head office have been looking at all sorts of statistics. They're talking about sales targets for each branch. You know, something for you to aim at each week.
Have they indeed?
It's all here in these papers they've sent. We have to get people in through that door. Do you all encourage your friends and family to shop here?
I always buy Robert's trousers here these days.
That's fabulous. Just what I want to hear.
Mind you, my daughter won't come in. It's funny, really. She had to wait this to look together, but she's too proud to shop at a charity shop.
That's often the case.
more forceful with her, Denny. We have to get people in through the door. John's got ideas, you know. He suggests, well, get people in and then they'll spend. He suggests having a tombola. You could sort through some of your donated goods, you know, find all the best things and pop them in the window as prizes. Oh, you must have some nice designer handbags, fancy jewellery, you know, that sort of thing. Keep it going for a month, maybe even a bit longer.
Yeah, but knowing our luck, all the best prizes will be won in the first week.
No, they won't. You don't put the winning tickets in until the last day or so.
Cheat! I suppose that was his idea as well.
How did they take the news? I bet Denny was calm and happy about it, wasn't she? Denny's always calm and happy. And of course she's got a husband as well, so she's got an interest outside of this place. But I have to confess, I was a bit worried about Prue. Was she very upset?
I didn't tell her. I didn't see Anita.
You didn't? Oh, Brenda, we're all in this together. You're not pulling your weight.
No, we're not.
We are all working for the good of the organisation.
I am not doing it, Claire. End of story. If you want to tell my volunteers that they're too old to work here, then do it yourself. Now, I've got some head office directives to learn. What on earth?
What have you done?
It's the new me. Do you like it?
Different.
You sound like my mother.
It's, well, I'd say it.
Yeah, the words you're looking for are, it's my choice.
Leanne.
So what's brought this choice on?
I thought it was time for a makeover. Well, actually, I was giving Prue one and thought I'd join in, you know, bit of moral support and all that.
You've given Prue a makeover?
She wanted to look younger.
You made her look younger.
This is all your fault. You and that CEO of yours.
Years younger. In fact, she probably didn't look this good when she was young.
Right. What exactly have you done?
Can't wait till you see her. You won't recognise her.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Ooh, right. Where is she?
She'll be along in a minute. She had to make an appointment or something. Do you know, I thought she was this stuffy old stick in the mud, but she's not. She's right up for changing her image.
Oh,
This isn't happening.
Game for anything. I've never laughed so much. I can't wait to see your faces when you see her.
I bet the world's seeing now.
Ever meant for anything like this?
She's coming. Now you will be supported, won't you? She's a bit nervous. Come on, they're waiting for you. Drum roll, please.
Well, ain't somebody going to say something?
wow.
Wow!
Wow. Oh. You look superb. Oh, you look beautiful.
You're not just saying that to make me feel better.
If you don't feel better looking like that, you never will.
Well, thought I ought to do it. I'm going to start a new life. I might as well look like a new person. I can't say today, Brenda. I'm afraid I've got a man coming.
Pardon?
You go, girl. Well, no time like the present. I'm going to do it. I'm might as well go ahead and do it. And I knew you wouldn't mind, Brenda. And if Mr. Turk don't like it, well, he can jolly well lump it.
Honestly, Prue, you look amazing. I hardly recognised you.
Thank you.
Are you going to be doing something tonight?
I'm going to Australia.
Oh, Australia. How long for?
Forever. That's why I've got a man coming. I'm selling my house.
Selling your house?
Yes, that's right. Selling my house and going to Australia. Do I look like a company executive?
A company executive?
I've never been in business before. Well, I couldn't with mother needing me so badly. But now I'm a free agent.
Do you know, I've been thinking about moving.
Oh, well. You want me to know if I'm selling my house? Well, I might be. But don't worry, Brenda. You know, I know these things take time. It could be weeks before it happens. Months even. I'm not just going to leave you in the lurch. You'll have plenty of time to replace me.
That's right. I mean, I'd love, interested to look at your house.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I thought these things took weeks, I didn't think it'd be so quick.
Oh, well, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
You know, you don't have to do this, Prue.
No, it's fine. I think you have to go to an estate agent. I'll tell him to expect you, shall I?
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, absolutely.
So, what's all this about being a company executive?
Oh, yes. I'm going to be a business partner in my brother's business. Exciting, isn't it?
What sort of business is it?
Oh, he's into buildings. He's built some big stuff from what I can gather, skyscrapers and things.
Oh, so he's a subcontractor then? He does work for a building firm.
No, he's got his own company.
I mean, oh, never mind.
What exactly does he do? I mean, what part of the job is he involved in?
Building it.
No, what did he train to be? Electrician, carpenter, bricklayer?
Motor mechanic.
What's that got to do with building skyscrapers?
Nothing.
I'm going to be sorry for this. I know I am. But why is a motor mechanic building skyscrapers? Shouldn't he be fixing cars?
Oh, he did that, but then he got a bit fed up and then he went into hotels.
He built hotels?
No, he was a porter. And then he got this opportunity in construction, and that's what he does now. Oh, goodness, look at the time. I'll have to go to estate agent, he'll be waiting for me.
Oh, tell him not to expect me, won't you? Bless, I've been thinking I like that road, where she lives. I mean, if her house is nice and the price is right,
Yes, well, it'll undoubtedly be cheaper than the other houses on that road. But then you've got to consider what needs doing to it.
Doing to it? Did she ever get that dry rot sorted out?
Oh, dry rot? Oh, I think it's an ongoing process.
Yeah, I think she was going to apply for a grant for the damp, but she's got to wait till next tax year. Mum says the council runs out of money at this time of year, and that's why you have to wait.
Oh, Dad, it's still, what can you expect in these old houses?
I don't think Prue's even noticed. You see, she's lived there all her life, and you don't see things, do you, when you're among it?
do you think it is a lot of money spending on it?
What, $1,000 here, couple of thousand there.
Oh, it'll be nice when it's finished.
Oh, maybe I'll keep looking. I don't want to do a lot of improvements, really. Anyway, let's see later.
Well, that's a shame. I'm sure the right house is out there for you somewhere.
I can't believe that just happened.
Oh, it was a dangerous moment.
Prue wants to sell her house, and that lady.
No, she doesn't.
She just thinks she does.
So she can go to Australia, which she doesn't want to do either.
She's putting her house on the market. That usually means you want to sell it. You three can't go putting off every prospective buyer with comfortable stories about dry rots.
Ooh, she's right.
Yeah.
Not everybody that wants to buy it will come in here.
You're missing the point.
Hey, I've got an idea. When I were at school, or rather when I wasn't at school, I used to phone the school pretending to be my mum. I'd tell them I were ill or something and they'd say, thank you very much. And that was that.
I never dared do that when I was at school.
Yep, I don't see what that's got to do with Prue selling her house.
So if I can pretend to be my mum, I can pretend to be Prue. She's expecting this man tomorrow to come and value the house. I phone up the next day, say, pretend to be Prue. I've changed my mind.
You can't do that.
Hey, you might just get away with it.
Ooh, you're a devious young lady. I like it.
Prue won't.
Yes, she will, and she'll thank us for it. You saw her face when somebody paid a bit of attention in the house. She doesn't want to sell. No, not really. Hey, you think you can pull it off?
Piece of cake.
Good. Do it. And in the meantime, I want to know all about this brother and his business.
Oh, it's a long story.
I take it you finished with it then?
Yeah.
Something wrong?
Oh, I don't know. I asked Robert if, if he remembered our boss. I showed him that article about our new boss. I thought he might have remembered him.
Didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he remembered him very well.
Yoo-hoo, Prue! I've got a goodie bag for you. It's just like Christmas, isn't it?
How did your play go?
Fantastic. Best thing we've ever done. I don't know how we're going to top it, but I'm looking forward to trying though.
Hey. I sense a juicy morsel coming.
Oh, I wouldn't like to gossip.
But Robert did remember Mr. Turk.
Oh, he remembered him very well. He did.
So, what did he say?
I can't believe it.
Denny, what did he say?
Well, he says he remembered him, but you see, at our age, memory's a funny thing. It could have been mistaken. It could have been mistaken.
Denny, Mia, what did he say? That's wonderful. That's the best thing I've ever heard. Oh, Denny, I could kiss you.
I heard you were going to Australia.
Yes, that's right. I'm going to be a partner in my brother's business. Well, that's only if I sell my house. Do you know, I've not even heard anything from estate agent.
Oh, don't worry. These things take time. I'm sure he'll be in touch.
When now? It's been on sale for over a month now and I've not heard a squeak from him. Do you know, he's not even sent me a copy of details.
We should have done that, surely.
Well, that's what I thought. Do you know, I might pop down there and see what's going on.
Oh, such a good idea. I'm going to have a look at your skirts. There's one I quite like the look of.
Oh dear. Hey, I've got these monthly returns to do. I'll be out the back if you need me.
Bender's gonna have fun pricing that lot up again.
Oh, it'll not take long. You've nearly finished with us now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's flown by. Only 10 left after today.
Has it been a cruel or unusual punishment working here with yourself bogies?
You know, I've loved it actually. And it's helped me decide what I want to do next. I want to be a beautician. I love doing your makeover.
Do you know I love that? I don't suppose you're going to tell me what you did to land yourself in soap. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm a nosy old bat.
The exchanger.
Pardon?
I've got an idea how to deal with this gentleman. You leave him to me.
I brought this last Friday and I need to return it.
What's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not me. Look, I've got the receipt here somewhere.
Look, doesn't it fit you?
Yeah, it fits me perfectly, but look, the colours are wrong. It's just not me. If I could swap it for this one.
Sir, this is definitely not your colour. The one you've got already would suit you much better.
But I don't want that one. I want that one.
Perhaps you need something a little more upmarket. You're selling yourself short. You're definitely more of an upmarket type of person.
You think so?
I know so. Come on, let's have a look.
Have you seen the price of these? They start at £15. That's a bit steep even for a charity shop.
These are designer labels. You pay 10 times as much in another shop. Take this for example. As worn on Celebrity Big Brother, only they paid over 100 for it.
What? Over 100? Well, alright, I suppose. I'll take it.
£15, please.
No. Less the £5 I paid for them last week.
Sir, we are a charity shop. We're raising funds to help people. That's why we don't do refunds. We wouldn't do very well if we gave everything back to the customer now, would we?
Right, I've always got my money back in the past. I want my money back now.
I'm merely thinking of you, sir. I mean, you wouldn't want your friends to think you were me, would you now? What would they say at Dog and Duck on a Friday night?
Helen?
I saw you there last weekend. The funny thing was, the top you were wearing then was identical to this one. But then you must have a wardrobe full of double tobitums, because only the other week I saw you in a pair of black trousers, and then on the Monday you came in here to return an identical pair, unworn. I mean, I understand that, though. Nobody wants to wear the same thing now, do they? £15, please. Thank you. Please call again.
Nicely done. I've been wanting to do that for ages and you won't get him in the end. Con artist.
Pardon?
Is that what you did to get yourself into trouble?
No.
Well, can't see you burgling a shop because they won't let you work here if you'd done that. And I can't see you doing graffiti on trains.
I can't read fast enough to keep up with them. I got done for assaulting a few drinks and things got a bit rowdy. I don't know why police were called, but they were. They came, tried to round us up and move us on. Some people didn't like that, got a bit nasty. Turned into a bit of a scrum. In the melee, his hat gets knocked off. Only I didn't see that. When everybody else moves away, I turned around to see Muggins standing there all alone.
Why didn't you tell him it weren't you?
Yeah, of course, and he didn't believe me. Before I knew it, I was charging in court, fined and told to do community service, and my so-called mates were nowhere to be seen.
If that's all you did, why did you give me all this other spiel about shooting your maths teacher?
You were so convinced I was a raving psychopath, I didn't want to let you down.
You're a very naughty girl. You'll never go to heaven.
Definitely not.
I'm going to help Denny with these lot.
Hey, this has still got its dry cleaners ticket on it. I'll get a prize for this.
Oh, I don't know. Something tap that they'll palm off my nose. Hey, just a minute. There's something in the pocket.
What does it say whose it belongs to?
Of course it says who it belongs to. It's a passport. It belongs to Liam O'Connolly Flannel.
I don't know him.
He went to India in 1993.
Do you know him?
I don't think so.
How do you know he went to India?
It says so in his passport. He went in 1993. Denny. He didn't come back.
Of course he came back. We've got his passport. We can't have his passport here in Yorkshire if he's still in the Punjab.
In India with all that dopey stuff that comes back. You know, heroin and crack and things.
Have you found some?
No, here, you check pockets. I just know if I have a look, I'll find some. Oh, I don't know why I thought there'd be some in there. They're much more cleverer than that, aren't they, these drug smugglers?
What makes you think he's a drug smuggler?
What else would he be?
Well, it could be a tourist. People do go to India as tourists, you know.
No, not Liam O'Connolly Flannel. He's not the drug smuggler. He's far too good looking to be a drug smuggler.
What are we talking about then?
The man who murdered him.
What makes you think he's been murdered?
Denny. He went to India in 1993. He didn't come back. His passport did. So somebody must have murdered him. Oh, I bet he's lying in a shallow grave on the Happy Trail right now.
Oh, man. Shall we ring the police?
We don't know his name. Oh, no. I'm not having any drug smuggler coming after me.
Hey, we could look him up in the phone book.
We don't know his name.
No, not the drug smuggler. Liam O'Connolly Flannel.
Well, he's not going to be at phone book, is he? He's dead.
His family might live round here.
Oh, I couldn't. His mother might not know he's dead yet. I couldn't tell her anything like that.
I'm sorry, sir. Can I help you?
Yeah. Have a look at this.
What are we looking at here? No, sir.
estate agent. There's no wonder they've not sold my house. They've got me mixed up with somebody else. changed their mind about selling. You'd think they'd be able to get the right names and addresses, wouldn't you? Not get them mixed up. Don't give them much confidence which job that they're going to do.
Help, please.
I'll go.
She knows. She knows. No, she'd have said.
I bet she's waiting for us to confess.
No, she'd have said. Let's face it. How would you react if your friends, you put your house on the market and then your friends took it off again?
Don't you mean my so-called friends? Why? Why? Answer me, why don't you?
We did it for you, Prue. I mean, we didn't want you to make a mistake.
A mistake?
Yes, selling your own crew, moving all that way to Australia. It would have been a mistake.
It was my mistake to make.
It would have been nice then.
My mistake to deal with as an adult. All my life people have been telling me what to do. Whenever there was something I wanted to do, there was always a reason why I shouldn't do it. When my mother gone, I thought that would be different and I'd be able to do what I want, but it's not different, is it? Only thing that's different is people who are stopping me doing what I want to do.
Where are you going?
Home.
Oh, you just got here. You.
It's 45 minutes till bus. We'll see where I I just want to sit here quietly. Don't you understand English? I don't want to speak to anybody.
Oh, great. That's all I need.
Hello, everyone. How are we today? Good, good. Prue, how about you?
I'm waiting for a bus. Quick.
That's a clever way to do it. Natural wastage.
I'd keep out of my way if I was you.
All I was saying was it's just
I
that
know what you were saying, and I know what you're doing, and you're not using me for it. If you want to tell my volunteers that they're surplus to requirements, you go right ahead and you do it yourself, and then you can watch your business fold.
Brenda.
I know my shop, and I know who should be working here, and it isn't some little bimbo with her hair dyed a funny colour and a ring through her nose.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry, Leanne.
Brenda, you are manager of this shop. That's true. My Johnny's in charge overall. After all, he is the one with the management experience.
Is he now? Denny? I think you should do the honours and tell Claire what you told me yesterday.
You think I should?
I think you should.
It says in this article that you worked with figures at Greenham's.
I did. So
My husband was chief accountant at Greenham's.
I don't really think this is going to go anywhere, is it?
He remembers you.
I don't think now is the time you should.
Of course he remembers him. They were in the same department.
No, they weren't. You see, when Mr. Turk here said that he worked with figures, he was being, shall we say, economical with the truth. In
Every member of an organisation is just as valuable as every other.
You see, Claire, our illustrious chief executive here actually used to fix the dummies in the shop window.
If Greenhams couldn't see his true potential, then that's their problem. If what you're saying is actually true,
Then he doesn't lie.
Now, just a minute.
He's a fraud.
How dare you! After I gave you a placement here. Well, you can go and get your things and get out of here. And I'm going straight to your probation officer and telling him you're in breach of your conditions.
what? You can't.
No. She has been perfect.
What does it mean? Breach of condition.
It means she could go to prison.
Over my dead body.
You can't do this.
And what's more, I'll come and tell your probation officer exactly what's happened.
So will I. Hey, and you can get another volunteer to fill my place, because I'm not working here while you're in charge.
Me neither. I quit.
You already quit. You can't quit twice.
Yes, I can. It's
And-
a point of principle.
If they go, I go.
We will miss you.
You know your problem, Claire. You're absolutely besotted with this man.
I am not besotted. I am in love. We are in love and we are going to be married.
Now, listen, Honey Bunch, I thought that was our little secret.
I don't care who knows.
Well, I do.
Marjorie!
What's it to you?
Oh, not much. Just a small fact that he is my husband. Oh, should I say soon to be ex-husband?
Marjorie, don't be like that, darling. You know I love you. It's just, she's a divorcee, Marjorie.
What's that got to do with anything?
I swear it meant nothing.
Meant nothing. You think because I'm divorced?
And you can take that stupid thing out. Here, be waiting for that. No,
Well, we might as well shut up shop, being as there's nobody here to run it.
Oh, bustle me along in a minute anyway.
Yeah, but I've still got 8 hours to do, and if I don't do it,
Yes, but we'll come and speak to your probation officer, tell them exactly what's happened. And what's more, we'll give you a glowing reference.
so will I.
What are we all going to do now?
Well, know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Australia.
And Robert and I can go on that cruise. For real.
And you know, I've got 101 things that I've been planning to do, but I've always been here.
What will you do first?
I'll decide later.
I'll go make a cup of tea.
Where is he?
Halfway to Wakefield by now.
He's not going to stay there long. She didn't look very happy with him.
I have a feeling we won't be seeing him again.
If we do, it won't be for long. Not when I tell the board about him. He said he was in figures, and I believed him. He said he loved me. I'm so sorry.
So you should be.
How can I make it up to you?
Well, you can start
saying.
There you go, Leanne. Looks like you're in charge. We'll drink our teas and then we'll be going, shall we, ladies?
Going? Going where?
Well, I'm
Where
going
are
to
you going?
Well, I'm going to Australia.
And Robert's taking me to China tonight. He'll tell him we've got a bit extra time for the trip.
No, you can't go. You can't leave the shop with no one here.
Leanne's here and she's very capable. Come on, ladies.
No, you can't go. Brenda, I need you. You're the best manager I've got.
I'm not staying somewhere where my friends aren't wanted. You don't want old people.
John didn't want old people. I need you. All of you. Please stay.
Well, I suppose I best take my house off market for real.
You're not selling.
Well, I can't communicate from Adelaide every day, can I?
But what about your brother and this business?
Oh, I might be old. Sometimes I'm a bit silly. But I'm not stupid. You know, quite like the idea of being a company executive. It's nice to feel important, isn't it? But not that nice. Oh, I knew what my brother was like 30 years ago when he got money from my mum and dad and went away. Oh.
You weren't going to just give him everything then.
Nah. I mean, I'll give him something. First there, I suppose it's his inheritance too, but it'll not be as much as he's wanted.
Yoo-hoo! Hoo! I've got a list of costumes for our next production.
Oh, what are you doing next?
Honk!
Hey, ain't that one about the ugly duckling?
That's the one. Do you want to part?
Ugly duckling, eh? Well, there's a challenge. Come on, let's have a look.